If you make a movie intentionally confusing, and I had no idea what was going on at the end, did you make a good movie or a bad movie? I want to believe good, but similar to my feelings about the film Primer, I don't really know. Primer was written and directed by Shane Carruth with the intention to show how time travel would really work, or rather really not work, on screen. The film follows two engineers, Abe and Aaron, as they discover they have accidentally built a time machine in their garage. The rules of time travel are explicitly described in the movie. You can only time travel for as long as the machine has been on. While you have gone back in time, you cannot do anything that might alter your past selves from entering the machine, and after your past selves enter the machine, their future is to become you, and the timeline corrects itself. Simple as that. But the film really shows that those rules are not simple. Not at all. The film only runs for around 75 minutes. For the first 60 minutes of Primer, you'll believe that you understand everything. The film runs in a fairly linear narrative at first, and even the introduction of body doubles and time quirks don't really alter your perception of the film. The last 15 minutes of the film, on the other hand, will make you question not just the last 15 minutes, but the entirety of the film. The past 75 minutes will seem to have been a blur as you realize time travel is really confusing, and applying rules simply means those rules are probably going to get bent, or maybe even broken. I'm not totally sure. Primer reads less as an example of good science fiction, and rather a great example of fictional science. The acting is not great, the cinematography and camera work leave a lot to be desired, and small issues like color correction pop up everywhere. But none of these issues affect the attempt to portray what would happen if two mediocre engineers accidentally stumbled upon the greatest invention of the 21st century. The confusion felt by the audience is the same confusion experienced by the protagonists. Abe and Aaron have no idea what's going on, so why should you? The minimal budget and low production values actually support this goal. Similar to the Blair Witch Project, the film almost seems more realistic and more believable because of how unrealistic and unbelievable the film looks and feels. Time travel has been a narrative device since H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, but it hasn't felt more realized than two guys tinkering in a garage. Primer is a confusing film. It aims to keep you uneven and shift perspective consistently throughout the narrative. It begs to be rewatched and dissected multiple times over to find the little details to piece together some semblance of a timeline. The film may have given me a headache after first viewing, but I'm excited to jump into the world again, maybe just to discover a few more answers.